November of 2014, and you ended up with a board of people who were voted in on a platform that supported countywide zoning. So many of your statements are disingenuous, it doesn't warrant addressing every single one. I think the greatest disservice that you have done is perhaps the fear-mongering and the misinformation that's been spread, the attitude that somehow zoning is some blanket, one size fits all, and as though we are, first of all, if there is a board here, if someone were going to suggest that we do something like shut down a business, the rest of the board would presumably speak up. And that's not what happened. That is not what happened. And so mischaracterizing the statements, mischaracterizing the result, mischaracterizing how this thing is going to move forward is not productive. It is actually the root of creating the discourse and the level of conversation that's happened, the inane advertisements and commentary that's gone on for the past several months. It did a disservice to the planning board as they went through their process, and it's doing a disservice now. And so having a conversation does not involve pointing at people and becoming accusatory. We're trying to accomplish a goal. We've ended up with a board that reflects what the majority of Chatham County thinks. You have not heard the vote, but let's assume that your assumption is right. It is not 3 people who got up here, or 4 people who got up here and willy-nilly came to a conclusion on their own. These are things that people feel strongly. We had 30 people speak. 25 spoke in support of zoning. Whose voices are we listening to? And every single individual who has approached me or written to me has written in support of zoning. If there were people who felt as though it were something negative, they did not bring a reasonable argument, they did not sit down and have a conversation. It was this, it was the fear-mongering, it was the rants and chants, it was the disingenuous advertisements. That's not the way to accomplish something. There was a great effort by everyone on that board to work together and collaboratively. If there was a Western voice lacking, it was because you did not appoint someone from the West when you had the opportunity to do so. And to the extent that we each had an opportunity to appoint and to put someone on that board,
on the planning board,
our responsibility.
Who are
our responsibility?
I tried to bring people on the committee for the comprehensive plan, and voted all 3 of them down, and they were from Western Florida County.
The planning board.
The planning board.
Told you what needs to be done.
Now, Walter made his 2 appointments to the planning board, neither of whom were from the West. He appointed Brian Bach, who lives on 15501. He appointed Gene Galin, who lives also off of Mans Chapel Road in Pittsburgh. So Walter's appointment
So now she's
to the
stalking
planning
me.
board did not reflect the unzoned areas. In fact, Commissioner Crawford and myself, and even Mike Cross, we have 4 appointments on the planning board that were from the unzoned area.
So listen to them. And listen to them. They told you no zoning.
Okay, enough. Hey, this isn't the time for people in the audience to shout at their commissioners. That's not appropriate, and we are trying to deliberate. Thank you for your concern, but we're settling this here now, okay?